Although some of the water still get blown.
Yeah.
You should look back again from, we look for the black.
Because it's down here in the valley floor, some 27 inches tall. Okay, now let me tell you about this guy called John Muir. Now, John Muir hiked all the way out here by foot from Wisconsin. He arrived in the San Francisco area where he took a boat across the bay over to Oakland. And then he hiked all the way from Oakland down to San Jose, over Pacheco Pass in the Fresno area, and then finally up here in Yosemite. Now, when he got here, it was back in 1868, and when he got here, he became the first president of the Sierra Club. Well, being the president of the Sierra Club, he invited another president back in the 1900s to come right out here and do a little hunting with him. Well, that president back in the 1900s was Theodore Roosevelt. Well, you know, Teddy Roosevelt, he was always into big game hunting and things like that, but John Muir told him the only kind of hunting you're going to be doing is by eyesight, because I got a thing of beauty I want to show you. The rocks, the trees, the mountains. Well, the two got together back in 1903 and camped right out here in this meadow. Now, this meadow is also the site of Chief Tenaya and his tribe of Indians living right here, as well as the Mariposa Battalion. Now, before I tell you this little Indian story, now let me test you on see how well you know this. Now, if you know the answer, go ahead and shout it out because I want to hear it. Now, what was discovered right here in California back in 1849?
Gold.
Yeah, gold was, yeah. Well, that brought everybody from the East Coast right out here to California to seek their fame and fortune in that gold. Well, that brought the first miners up here in 1851, right up in here in Yosemite, and started setting up trading posts to trade for that gold. Well, this land was being used by Chief Tenaya and his tribe of Indians back in those days, and old Chief Tenaya didn't exactly appreciate having the miners coming up here and setting up trading posts to trade for that gold. Well, old Chief Tenaya, he gathered all his braves up. He said, you go out and you set fire to those trading posts. Well, when they did that, that brought smoke bellowing up into the sky. Well, that brought on the Mariposa Battalion. Now, the Mariposa Battalion was just a group of volunteers who got together, coming up here, hoping to catch Chief Tenaya, who was going on the rampage. But the braves out of the high country, they came down here. They let old Chief Tenaya know that the Mariposa Battalion was on its way. So old Chief Tenaya, he gathered everybody up. He put them up into the high country, all except one little old Indian lady. Now, she was just too old and too tired to be climbing all these rocks, so she stayed behind. Well, when the Mariposa Battalion got here, she was the only one captured. Well, she didn't pose no threat or anything, so they let her go. Then the Mariposa Battalion went back to Mariposa. Then Chief Tenaya came out of the high country, came down here to the valley. He went on the rampage again, burning some more trading posts. Well, he did this for about 3 different times, and on the 3rd time, the Mariposa Battalion snuck up in here, captured old Chief Tenaya without him knowing about it. They gathered all his family and all the braves. They took him out of his own front yard, took him to the Fresno River area known as Oakhurst. Now, they kept him there for about 1 year, hoping to get a peace treaty signed, but they failed. So they had to let old Chief Tenaya go. Well, old Chief Tenaya came back there to the valley. He went on the rampage some more. Well, he needed horses to get around, just like you and I need cars to get around. So he heard that the eastern Sierras, known as the Mono Lake area, where the Mono Indians were, they had horses. Well, he ended up trying to steal some horses, but he got captured. Well, in 1853, old Chief Tenaya lost his life because he got stoned to death for stealing horses. Well, when the rest of the tribe of the Indians heard about this, they all took off into the high seas. he has and were never seen again, therefore becoming old Indian ghost legends and stories. Well, in remembrance of Chief Tenaya, right in Canyon, way in the back there is called Tenaya Canyon, and there's a lake off the Tioga River called Tenaya Lake. Okay, now about some of the trees we have up here. Now, a Douglas fir tree. Now, Douglas fir tree can be spotted like this. Now, its branches go straight out, but the pine is half an inch in length. They grow towards the earth. They do not grow towards the heavens. So, if you look over here on the right-hand side, there's a Douglas fir. These two are Douglas firs. See how they droop down? And there's another Douglas fir. Now, a Douglas fir tree got its name from Sir Douglas, who came over here from England back in the 1900s. He made his way right through the Yosemite here, and he named that tree after himself. Now, we also have some black oaks, we have some incense cedars. Now, we also have manzanita. Now, a manzanita tree is that tree that was used back in the late 1800s, early 1900s for making furniture out of, such as table legs, armchairs out of them. Now, the manzanita tree has leaves about the size of a nickel. It's kind of grayish-green in color, and the bark is real smooth and a dark red. Now, here's a manzanita tree coming up. Right there. That is a manzanita. Now, we're climbing to this elevation of 4,500 feet, where you can see the top of El Capitan. Clouds rest in the back, half of them on the right-hand side. Sentinel Rock, Cathedral Rocks, and then Bonneville Falls. Now, we're going to be pulling into this area known as Tunnel View. Now, we're going to be here for about 5 minutes for a picture.
Yeah, you should have done that. Don't you ever do that? Because mấy lòng thì chán lắm. Mason, come, Anthony. You start back and hold Nani's hand. You cannot go there. It's dangerous.
Hold Nani's hand.
Lấy số của chán. Here, Mason, come over here.
Daddy!
Yes, bro. It's just what you said. All learn about
Then his garbage would be like you look at the house.
You got to leave it down there.
Mason, come. Let me go there. Oh.
Oh, hi. Yeah, we put that. But when you go on and do
Look at the little dog.
Hey, Steffi.
pure snow melt runoff. Now, this is the only waterfall in the park that does not dry up even in the wintertime, because in the wintertime we still get enough water coming over the side to classify it as a non-drying waterfall. Now, this is a good location right here because you can park right there. You can get a picture of Bonneville Falls, and you get a picture of El Capitan right there. Now, notice the wind coming up, trying to blow it up over the top again. Okay, now I want to show you something about the river that is not natural. Now, inside the river here, you'll be seeing some very huge, large boulders. Now, these very huge, large boulders are not a native of the valley floor because they were brought here by a huge glacier coming from the Tenaya Canyon some 20 miles in the east. Now, that huge glacier was coming down this way. It brought all these big boulders with it. It was on its way down to El Portal when it suddenly stopped right out in this area. And then it came to a halt, and then it started melting and decaying and melting some 2,000